What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're on the gold 4runner again. It is a 95 3-liter 4-wheel drive. Try to get y'all in here, let you see. And what we're doing is we're actually going to be doing an expansion valve and an evaporator on these, or on this one. Put a new compressor on it. It was pulling vacuum on the low side. The owner wanted to try a compressor first because it is a little bit less labor on the compressor. But the only thing that I did was pulled the charcoal canister off, two 10 millimeters, one on each side, one right there, and one right there. It's got a hose up on the bottom, but that just feeds down to the frame. Then it's got two hoses, kind of show y'all, two hoses on the top, and they feed right here, and then I think the other one is down in here somewhere. There's one right there. That's the little one. This is the big one. And like I said, two 10 millimeters on a bracket. There's right there and right there. Then that long hose just feeds down to the frame. It doesn't go in anything, at least this one didn't. If it does, I don't know. I've never removed a charcoal canister on one of these, so I don't know if it's supposed to go anything. I'll kind of look it up and kind of give y'all feedback on that as well. But what we're going to be doing is, like I said, evaporator and expansion valve. Because it is pulling a vacuum on the low side, so normally that means either expansion valve or evaporator's clogged up, so it's the same labor to do both. So he said go ahead and do both of them, because you got to pull one out to do the other one. So to take the lines off, the top one uses a 17 and 19. Hold this back piece, I know it's kind of hard to see. Hold that back piece with a 17 and break it loose on the front with a 19, and on the bottom one it is a 24 and a 27. So we've already got them broke loose, and I should be able to see, so you can see that one is broke loose, and then so should this one. Yeah, got a gnat flying in my face right now. It may have a little pressure on it, but they did have it drained, so it shouldn't be a lot. Yeah, there it is. This thing had a ton of oil in it too, from what they said. I think I had way too much oil in it. Yeah, come on out of there. The top line's tight. Well, we'll probably get it to pull out once we pull the evaporator out, but it's got these little grommets. You can kind of push them, go ahead and push them into the firewall. It's a little hard to do it one-handed. The bottom one's going a little easier. The top one isn't wanting to cooperate as well. That's a little tighter on the top one. Alright. But we'll get it whenever we pull it through. Then our next step is to come inside, and we got to drop the glove box and all that. You don't have to pull the entire dash on these. It makes it a lot easier. But we got to drop the glove box and a few little things on the inside. But let me grab the keys, unlock it, get inside, and we'll start showing y'all exactly how you do that. Now we're inside, and what you're going to do is make sure you get everything out of here. This is your glove box. But you're going to have like a little 10 millimeter over here, stuff inside there. Then you're going to have a Phillips head. Open it up. Phillips head on the top. Phillips head on top right there. You pull that out, and you should be able to pull like this whole glove box section out. That way you have access to everything inside there. So let me pull this out, and then I'll show you what it looks like once we get this out of here. We got it dropped out, and there was a third one I forgot about. It's right here in the top. You can see it right there in the middle where the latch is. And then you're going to have a connector. Pull that connector, and come on out of there. So she don't want to come out. Let me pull this connector real quick. Alright, there it is. We're just going to set that to the side. And now you can see everything that we got right here. So what we're going to have to do is I'm going to pull this screw right here. You got a couple little connectors, like one's right there. I think there's one up in here. Then you have a connector that's a little further up, right there. One right there on top. And then you should have a screw right here on the bottom. I think there's another one over here. And then you got a couple little screws that hold the box together, but you're just mainly gonna take off all the screws that's holding it in. So there, 2 on the bottom. I think there's one up here on the top. Yep, up here on the top. I know it's kind of hard to see up there. And then got some connectors. Once I get it kind of loose and kind of out of the way, I will show you what it looks like. I think we do have to pull the fan assembly out with it, which isn't too horrible on this, but then you have some, like a screw right there, and I think a couple little connectors. But like I said, once I kind of get it loose where it's about to come out, I'll show you how I pull it out and which screws all it needs to come out, because it's been a while since I've actually done one of these. Probably been 10 years since I've done one of these. So we got it out, and just so you know, you do not have to take the airbox out. I would say pull the bolts out of it just to kind of give you some wiggle room, because you can see how much I got it to move, and that helped me out a lot. So here is our box right here, and now pulling it off, you do have to pull it a little bit. There was this cable right here, it did attach on the front right here, a little tab. I took these off just so I could get all the connectors off. It's just 2 Phillips heads, and then we got it pulled out. And if you can see up inside of there, I mean, there's a lot of stuff up inside this box, and that probably isn't helping it any as far as like airflow and all that stuff. So, but luckily we're going to be taking it apart and getting it changed. So let me get it out of the car. It just pulls straight back, and you can see it's got like this little foam seal around it that goes up into the air box. But doesn't take too much to get this out. Like I said, it's just got a bolt here, bolt there on the top. Then on the bottom there is, focus, bolt there and a bolt there, and then you got one right here next to where it goes into the blower motor, and that just holds it to the blower motor. But that's pretty much it, and it'll pull right out. So let me get it out here, and I will pull the case apart, and we'll show you what everything looks like and how you pull that case apart. Alright, now we're inside with a little bit more light so y'all can kind of see what we're doing. But we got the case apart now. We'll have a Phillips head right here. This is where the firewall part is. Phillips head there, and then this is on the other side, there, and there. Then you're going to have these little clips like this. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to have 3 of those. No, I didn't focus them too well. I don't know why. There it is. You have 3 of those. We'll have one there, and then on the back side, you know, one right there. Then you're going to have to take those Phillips heads that I took off. Yes, you're going to have to take those off anyway. And then now you can see here's your expansion valve, there's your tubes that run in, and then this right here goes to one of your pressure switches as well. But now you should have 2 of these sensors, I don't know, just that one, but it just goes into it like that, and we should be able to kind of lift it up and out. And there it is right there. Then you're going to have 2 Allen head bolts on the top that takes the expansion valve and the tubes off, and that just holds it all together. But I'm going to pull those off. Those are more than likely 6mm Allen sockets. So we got it all off, and you can see there's your tubes. Here's your old expansion valve right there. The bolts were a 5mm. And we're going to put new O-rings in it. I got like a bunch of them right here. And then that's the new evaporator, the new expansion valve, part number M242. And this one is, I don't know how well I can see that, but it says HRX2405UL. That is a UAC part. But now we're just going to start putting it all back together, and I'm going to put this on, put that on the back. That just bolts go all the way through your expansion valve into the tubes right here. Like I said, when you take these off right there, if you do not hear a vacuum suction on this, means that it's not holding pressure right, and you do need to take it back and get you another one. So I got it together, put back in the box just right now, and the way that I found out where to put this one is I just put the wire back where it's supposed to go and just kind of eyeballed it whenever I just push it in, and it just goes in between two of the fins. Now these, did not find a torque spec on those, so all I did was once they were bottomed out, I just went another quarter turn. You don't want to tighten those too much because that is aluminum that they're going into, and you just don't want to strip them out. So now I'm just going to put the box back together, and also make sure you put a little bit of PAG oil, I got it right here, on the O-rings as you slide them in, just so you don't tear them, roll them, any of that good stuff. But now, like I said, we're going to go ahead and put the box back together and start putting it back in the car. Well, we got it all back together right now, and it's back in the car. I'll show it to you. See, like nothing ever even happened. But now what I'm going to do is I got the gauges hooked up, and I'm going to pull a vacuum. Got the yellow hose attached, turn your vacuum pump on. Blue goes to low side, red goes to high side, and then you just open up the low side first, and then we will open up the high side next. And we're just going to let this run for about 15-20 minutes, and then we're going to turn it off and let it set for about 15 or 20 minutes. Just make sure there's no leaks anywhere, and if there is, you need to kind of find out where they're at. But we're just going to let this go for a while, just make sure we get all that moisture out of there. So, and whenever I pulled the little rubber caps off mine, it did suction really hard on there, so it was holding pressure really good. Alright, so we put Freon in it, and I forgot how much it has in there, and you can see it's a cooler day, so the pressure is going to be a lot different than what you normally have. So normally on a warmer day, you should want them, I'd say like 80, 85 degrees, somewhere around 150, maybe 40, somewhere about there. On a cooler day, it's going to probably be around, I'd say 35, 40 on the low side, around like 125 on the high side. So, but this is it. Got it done. Should be blowing out cool air. I mean, even for today, it's colder because today, right now, it's only like 62 degrees, 60 degrees. So, but if you got any questions, comments, concerns on it, let me know. I'll get to them as soon as possible. And if you got anything not just pertaining to this vehicle, let me know too. I do have the giveaway still going. Check that out. I'm going to put a link to that in the description as well. And then, like I said, if y'all need anything else, just let me know. Lately, it's been kind of crazy and stuff. I've had a lot going on, but like I said, just hit me up on Instagram. I get to that quicker. And then, as always, torque to tight. Y'all have a great day.